If you're like the majority of people who watch this video, you're probably interested in a viable way to supplement your income if it didn't mean having to change careers, take on a second job, become some kind of internet whiz, or push products on friends and family. In fact, you're going to be very happy to hear that many people just like you are partnering up with our team in creating both supplemental and life-changing incomes in relatively short periods of time. Now, before I go any further, I want to ask you a few simple questions. Question number one, what if you could create a real supplemental residual income in as little as 2 hours a week? And question number two, what if that activity merely consisted of inviting someone to watch this short video that basically did all the work for you? You see, right now, hundreds of people are watching this video every day, and you could make hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars in residual income just for referring people to this same simple message. Now think about that for a moment. What did you actually have to do to make your last $10,000 in income? More than likely, it was a lot harder than sharing a video, right? So hopefully I have your attention, as you're going to soon hear the reason for putting together this message is that it's the fastest, easiest, and most productive way to get accurate information out. Also, this message is not about trying to convince you of something or sell you anything. This message is merely to help our team identify people who are currently open to the idea of creating a second income stream. Now you're probably wondering, okay, well, what's the pitch? Well, here it is. You see, the person who shared this number with you found a way to capitalize financially on one of the largest, fastest growing, and most lucrative industries in the world. How lucrative? How about currently it's an $8 trillion industry. That's trillion with a T. And they thought enough of you to share this information. You see, history teaches us that people who position themselves in front of major trends and opportunities before they happen can change their or their family's financial status significantly in very short periods of time. So what's this lucrative industry and trend I'm talking about? Well, it's actually the travel industry. And when I say travel, I mean everything from hotels to cruises to flights to rental cars, you name it. And what I'm going to briefly explain to you is that it's unlike anything you've ever heard before, and it's just getting started. So let me get back to the pitch. What if you could be part of a global push to actually Uberize the $8 trillion travel industry by using our extremely unique customer acquisition model that will basically spin off cash and create for you what we like to call a perpetual income generator? And what if you didn't have to sell anything again or create new buying habits to do it? Now, I know that's kind of a mouthful, but if you will follow me here, I'll easily explain how you can earn a real, lasting residual income much easier and faster than you may have ever thought before. You see, what I want to do right now is get you thinking. Now, remember when I said Uberize the travel industry? Well, let's take a deeper dive into that concept. More than likely, you know exactly who the company Uber is, and more than likely, you know that in just a few short years, they became a multi-billion-dollar company. So how'd they do it? People were invited to create free accounts that when the need arose to go from point A to point B, they just opened their app or website and clicked a few buttons, and boom, they booked a ride for much cheaper. Now, as word quickly spread about the savings and ease in which people could book a ride, people by the millions created free accounts. So my question is, how much money have you made from Uber growing to a multi-billion-dollar company? Nothing, right? Well, what if you could be a part of a new company that's modeling the same customer acquisition model and, just like Uber, offered something for free to people who are already going to rent a car, already going to book a hotel, already going to go on a cruise, already going to book a flight, and you get the picture. But here's the best part. What if you were compensated for your referral, not when a person spent money, but when a person saved money? Okay, so follow me here. And here's probably why your friend who invited you to hear this is so excited. Because our referral model requires $0 in traditional advertising, we can 100% of the time acquire a loyal customer cheaper than every other company out there who's probably spending millions upon millions of dollars weekly in advertising. This means that in almost every case, we can offer a much cheaper discount to all of our customers in the form of savings. And because that customer was acquired at no cost, 50% of the savings goes to you as a referral commission. Now, our model stems from a network marketing model, but it is completely different than anything you have seen. And you're going to see that if you ever look up our company, the hashtag is just different, and that is an absolute fact. We have created what we believe is a first-class consumer experience using a new model called the Perpetual Residual Income Builder. You see, in the old model, and why most network marketing companies have a bad taste in most people's mouths, is the fact that customers typically pay more on products or services that are just marked up to pay commissions, and only the strongest recruiters win. In our new model, you only make money when people save money. And again, what we are offering and what I'm about to share with you is something completely unique. in the travel space as far as a customer acquisition model where you're offering something to someone totally for free, that if they go and book travel and save money, you actually earn income off that, 50% to be exact, okay? So how is this going to happen? It all starts in the travel industry, like I mentioned, and believe it or not, it is an $8 trillion industry. That's trillion with a T. That means there is a tremendous opportunity, okay? Now, most people don't know this, but there are only two companies actually that monopolize the entire travel industry. That's Booking Holdings and Expedia Group, and everybody falls under those that umbrella, okay? Now, we use a company called Extreme Travel, and iBuumerang is the marketing arm basically now for Extreme Travel, and we have 100% of the time the ability to acquire customers faster and cheaper due to the fact that we do not spend millions of dollars in advertising, but we do it through people just like you and I, okay? So it's real simple. Now, Extreme Travel, in case you don't know who we are, 16-year-old company. They've gotten plenty of awards. Now, what it comes down to is simply this, is we offer free wholesale booking platforms to people to try, just to go on there, okay, completely free. And if they go and find savings on there and they book something to travel with, whether it's a rental car, a hotel, things like that, you make 50% of it, okay? These are some examples straight off the company PowerPoint, $161. So if these were your customers, you'd make 50% of that, 50% of that, 50% of that, 50% of that. Okay, you can see rental cars, hotels, flights, things like that. But if you look at this, these are actual savings amounts right here that have come from people that have booked with us. $848. So if these were your customers that you just said, hey, I don't know if I can help you or not, but try this booking engine. Here's a code, activate it, activate your own website, and you get to use it whenever, however you want, okay? 848 would be 50% of that to you, 50% of that to you, 50% of that to you, 50% of that to you. If you can think about this, helping people save money on something they're already going to spend money on is a very, very easy and viable way to make some residual income or some income, period, okay? Now, we do cover just about every core service you can think of, from hotels, rental cars, cruises, homes, weeks, flights, marketplace, timeshares, and our platform has a price guarantee that if they find something cheaper on an apples comparison, we have 110% price guarantee, okay? So you can feel confident about what you're giving to somebody for free. Now, question comes out to this is, do you boomerang, okay? Well, the play on words is this, is yes, iBuumerang. What is iBuumerang? iBuumerang basically is the kind of the fancy word or the fun word we call of throwing out savings to people and money comes back in the form of customers or cash to you in our compensation plan. Again, every time you save somebody money, you make 50% of the savings, okay? Now, as an example, there are two ways to get involved. Somebody could become what they call a TSA, Travel Savings Ambassador, and they get their own site, and you're actually eligible for 100% of the savings. Or if you get somebody just as an iBuumerang customer, they actually will see the savings, but 50% of that actually gets paid back as bonuses to you, okay? So you make 50% of that. Now, let me go through our simple model of customer acquisition is this. We're going to stay on this page for just a moment. Is let's say you acquired 10 customers by giving them a boomerang or / fancy word for a code that they were able to activate a website, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second, okay? Show you how simple it is. And let's say the average annual savings per customer was $600. So that'd be a total savings for those 10 customers of $6,000. You would make 50% of that. So you would put $3,000 in your pocket for giving something to someone for free. Now, if you think about this, if you're familiar with the company Uber, we are basically Uberizing travel. That's all our model is. We're Uberizing travel using an Uber philosophy with an Amazon technology on the back end, because the platform actually will upsell these customers on different things, such as the rental cars, flights, things like that as they book travel. Okay, and we've seen plenty of people with lots of savings. Now, here's the thing: is just as many customers as you can acquire that end up saving money. We're going to use some averages here, and again, there's no guarantees in income here. But let's say you acquired 100 customers. That'd be $30,000 travel savings. Let's say you acquired 1,000 customers. That'd be $300,000 based on those averages, okay? You also have the ability to build a team, meaning just refer other people to become travel savings ambassadors. And if they acquire customers, you get a little override of that, okay? So on an example, if you build a team of, let's say, 50 people that acquire 10 customers each, that'd be 500 customers in your total organization. You make right here, you see it says 10% override. Based on these numbers, that'd be $20,000 in income to you annually. If you build a team of 250, 2,500 customers at a 10 customer average, that's $100,000. And you get the point, there's $400,000 right there, okay, off of a team of 1,000 that acquired 10 customers each. So you can see our model's very, very simple. We're not asking a customer to do anything they weren't already going to do. We're not creating a new buying habit. They're just going to go there. see if they can find some savings, and if they get savings, you make 50% of it, regardless of what it is, whatever the amount is, okay? There's also other ways to make money in this plan. You can get with the person that got you on here to take a look. I'm going to show you exactly how this works, okay? So we're not, like I'm showing you here, there's nothing real complicated about what we're doing. We're saving people money on something they were already going to spend money on, and you get paid for saving people money. These are actual savings that people get in their inbox once they book travel, okay? And picture yourself getting 50% of that. What would you do with 50% of $352 or 50% of $332? $116, okay? You get reward credits as well for booking travel. $65, $36, $115, $120, $40 savings, $500 savings, okay? $96, $179 savings, $125 savings, and you get the idea, right? Okay, so I can go through these on and on and on. Once they've activated, they will get a site that looks exactly like this. All they're going to have to do is go, okay, I'm going to Dallas, Texas for a trip. They pop that in, they pick the dates, just like that. They click it, they click search, okay? What will happen is it will now pull up thousands and thousands of sites that are on our platform, and it will find them the best savings, and it will do apples to apples comparisons. As you can see, the platform that we use has already saved people over $69 million in savings, and there's tons and tons of different trips you can take on here, and you can get reward credits and price guarantees and so on. So what we have is a very simple model to help people earn an extra income for helping people do something they were already going to do. And if you'd like to, you can take this a little farther and build a business with it. Did you get that? If not, I'm going to give you an example. You have a friend, her name is Mary, and Mary mentions to you that she wants to take the family to Las Vegas for a weekend getaway. You give Mary a link to a backdoor pricing website and a free code so she can set up a private account. Mary goes into her account, does an apples to apples comparison against all the other popular travel engines out there, and sees that she's going to save, in this example, 37%, or $476.22 on her weekend trip at one of the 5-star hotels. So here's what this means to you. You are compensated for referring that website and code to Mary by being paid 50% of the savings, which in Mary's case was $476.22. So you would receive $238.11 just for helping Mary save money using a free account. Now understand that this is just one example of the thousands and thousands of actual customers our team is acquiring, and many people just like you are earning significant secondary incomes for merely helping people save money. Now remember at the beginning of the video I asked if you would like to get paid great money just for referring people to watch this video? Well, let me explain that in a little better detail. Who do you know that's ever booked a flight, rented a car, gone on a cruise, stayed at a hotel, and would probably like to save money the next time they do it? And who do you know that might be interested in making some extra income and had at least the ambition to blow the fuzz off a peanut and is sharp enough to share a video without hurting themselves? I mean, if you thought of just a handful of people out of the questions I just asked, then you've got a real shot and a real opportunity to make some serious supplemental income with us. Like I said earlier, hundreds of people are consistently watching this short video, and many of those people are acting on the information shared and getting involved. The question is are you going to be the person who collects the check for referring some of those people, or is someone else going to be spending your money? So in closing, I encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to listen to this information. And remember, there's a significant difference between making a living and having a life.